Hello, Zuko here, and today I'm going to talk about the books that I bought and read in 2020. So these are all the books that I bought in 2020 and read in 2020. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this. This isn't a review. This is mostly just talking about the book that I bought, the day I bought it, the day I read it, and its rating. So let's jump right into it. So the first book I bought and read this year was The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I bought it January 13th and I read it on February 3rd. The next book I bought and read in 2020 was Sadie by Courtney Summers. I gave this book a 5-star. I bought it February 2nd and I read it May 14th. The next book is Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I gave this book a 2-star. I bought it on May 16th and read it May 17th, and then promptly unhauled it. Then I read 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott. I gave this book a 2-star. I bought it January 13th and read it May 18th, and then also unhauled it. Then I read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I gave this a 3-star. Bought it May 19th and read it May 21st. Then I read The June Boys by Courtney Summers. I gave this book a 3-star. I bought it on May 17th and I read it May 25th. Next was Little Peach by Maggie Kern. I gave this book a 3-star. I bought it January 19th and read it May 25th. Next is The Fascinators by Andrew Eliopoulos. I gave this book a 4-star. I bought this on May 17th and read it on June 16th. Then there is Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner. I gave this book a 3-star. I bought this book on June 19th and read it on June 19th. Next is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I gave this a 5-star. I read it July 4th and then bought it after I read it. Then there's The Wicked King by Holly Black. I gave this a 5-star. I read that July 8th and bought it after I read it. Of course, there's Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I gave this a 5-star. I bought it after I read it, and I read it July 9th. Then there's The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. I gave this book a 4-star. I bought it July 2nd and read it July 14th. And there's Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Powers. I gave this book a 4-star. I bought this July 7th and read it July 23rd. Then there's Fell the Dark by Caleb Roehrig. I gave this book a 5-star. I bought it July 24th and read it on September 9th. This book took me a month to read. I am saying I read it the day I finished reading it, in case that matters. I don't think it does. And there's Monsters of Ellenhaven by Jennifer Giesbrecht. I gave this book a 4-star. I bought this on June 26th and read it on October 21st. And there is Never Contented Things by Sarah Porter. I gave this book a 4-star, or 3.5. It's in there. I bought it August 19th and read it October 27th. Next is Fangs by Sarah Anderson. I gave this book a 5-star. I bought it October 9th and read it October 29th. Next is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I gave this book a 4-star. I was gifted this book in the spring and I read it November 5th. Next is The Black Flamingo by Dave Atta. I gave this book a 4-star. I bought it July 4th and read it November 9th. Next is Salt Slows by Julia Armfield. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I bought this on June 26th and I read it November 9th. Next is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. I bought it September 7th and I read it November 14th. And is We Are the Wildcats. I gave this book a 1 out of 5 stars due to the behavior of the author. I bought it on June 30th without knowing of the author's actions, and I read it on November 21st. Next is Internment by Samira Ahmed. I gave this book a 2-star. I bought it August 19th and read it November 24th. Next is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I bought it July 5th and read it November 25th. Next is The Near Witch by Victoria Schwab. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. Bought this on June 19th and I read it November 25th. Next is Slay by Brittany Morris. I gave this a 3.5 star. I bought it June 26th and I read it November 25th. Next is Pet by Akwake Emezi. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I bought it May 25th and read it December 3rd. Then there is Dune by Frank Herbert. I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. I bought it November 18th and I read it December 4th. And there's The Last Bus to Everland by Sophie Cameron. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I bought it August 19th and I read it December 4th. And there's All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I bought it November 21st and read it December 9th. And there's Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. I bought this July 15th and I read it December 10th. And lastly, for now, there's The Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, so it rounds up to 5 on Goodreads. I bought this September 1st and I read it December 12th. So there you go. Those are all the books that I bought and read in 2020. There's probably a couple more that I might read by the end of the year, but as there's only so many more days left at the end of the year and I want to get this video out, this is what we have. In case you are a stats kind of person, I will have a kind of more statsy video coming out later in the month where I revisit goals and talk about my goals and stuff. I did buy, I believe, 130 books this year. And of the ones I bought this year, I have read 33 of them so far, leaving me with like 96 new unread books. Yeah, I hope you all like this, and I will see you whenever I do my next video. All through December, I am trying to post every Tuesday and Thursday, so keep up with that. If you are wondering, I will be having the best books I read this year, worst books I read this year, my statsy video where I talk about my goals and whether I hit them or whatnot, and a haul. Wrap up probably won't be coming until 2021, so keep up for that. And yeah, I'll see you whenever I do my next video.